Happy Sunday, everybody. It is June 1st, 2025. New month, new opportunities. Just gonna go over some picks from the watch list and kind of just give you guys an idea of what I may be looking for some of them. I'll probably be doing moving for like a recap of the prior week's swing list as well. For whoever took Coca-Cola off the list, that one did not work in our favor, unfortunately. It went two up and then it went three down. So it would have stopped us on this trade. I did not take this one though. I did take CVS from the watch list last week. So whoever got in on this two up right here, it hit our first target on Friday. Um, the contracts, depending which ones you guys chose, should be up anywhere between 70 to 100% or more. I only have a runner position left, just waiting to see if we hit this target up here. I'm just trailing the daily candle closes now, meaning, for those who don't know what that means, my stop loss is basically under the daily candle close. So if next week, let's say on Monday, tomorrow rather, we break this low, I'm out of the trade. If we, let's say, let's get my rectangle. If we do this on Monday, pretending this is a candle, my stop loss is going to be under the candle there. So I'm just going to trail my position until it's the first target or until price reverses on us to maximize the trade. For this week's picks, let's look at Apple. So we have Apple, Pfizer, and NEE. This is mainly a swing on the weekly that I'll be looking at for Apple. Just be mindful that the monthly is going to be a double inside month. So once this month opens, we're still going to be trading inside month, which can usually mean potential sideways movement. So let's see, monthly, let's mark this out real quick. So for the weekly, you can either take it to the up or downside. If I were to take this to the upside, obviously we're going to get in as soon as it breaks this high. I'll probably aim for this body there, the wick, the body, then the wick, and so on and so forth as we continue heading higher. To the downside, I'll probably be aiming for this low right here, for that prior week's low over here, and then we can probably throw some fibs up to get some additional targets. Let's use this one. Yeah, so to the downside, probably aim for this as my first target, this 50 fib, this low, and then these fib levels here as some targets to the downside. Because strat-wise, after this target, we're really going to be looking for this body and this wick, but that is pretty far. So you want to have some targets in between that. Since it is a weekly time frame, generally I'm going to be getting at least 30 days minimum, probably anywhere between 30 to 45 days expiration will be a good option to choose. Strike prices, I generally like to choose my strike price at the first target. So this being the weekly, if I were to go to the downside, a strike price of 195 to 193 is probably what I would choose. Um, Otherwise, let's say if that's too expensive, anything between 193 and 190 would be a good pick to the downside. To the upside, anything between 207 and about 210 would be my pick if I'm going to get calls. For you pharma lovers, we got Pfizer on the weekly, a similar setup that we had on CVS last week. However, last week filled us, or it gave the entry last week. This would just be a continuation. So if I were to get into this to the long side, I'm not going to be looking for shorts here. I'll probably have something like this as my stop loss. If you want to keep it a little tighter, you can probably just use the previous week's low as your stop. But I'll probably do something like this and aim for this BF level. You could probably use this candle body as well. My first target would be right here. I'll use the body. So that'll be one target. Second target is going to be, whoops. Second target is going to be this broadening formation right here. You can also use this wick right here if you want another target, and then this broadening formation or this candle bodies as your last target. So these will just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets that you can use to the upside. Of course, leave a runner if we continue heading up with no reversal to the downside on the weekly. Pfizer contracts are pretty cheap. Last I remember, I haven't traded this in quite some time. Let's see. So off a weekly for Pfizer, I'll probably do like 2 months out. Probably do August realistically. Strike price, let's check 25. Yeah, even the 25s are super cheap. Theta is only $1. Delta is 33. So even if it goes, can I type this out? Let's see, 25 strike, August, expiration. Let's assume we get in at 60. And then the delta is 33. Theta is $1, which is lovely. Let's get rid of this. So at the first target, that's what, 56 cents. So that'll be what? The delta will be added about 15, $16. So you're probably looking at about 20, 25% gain for the first target. Second target would be about 50% gain, give or take. Third target would be almost 100%. Probably 100% because it's already going to be in the money down here, and then the gamma is going to kick in. So this will probably be 100% gain around here. And then this will be about 120, 130% gain at this BF level. And then the stop loss will be about a 50% loss. If you have a little tighter stop loss up here, probably looking at about 30-ish% loss. So just keep that in mind. This for this specific contract. You could just kind of do the math for the other ones. All right, let's see what else we got. I do like this setup just because it's one of my trade models that I use otherwise. You can check the playlist or the my playbook playlist on the YouTube, and it goes over this specific setup. Generally, my stop loss would be all the way down here, but I'm usually getting in over here. But because this is a late entry, I'm not going to use the same stop loss. And it shouldn't reverse until it's the first target anyway. Anyway, knee is another one that I'm potentially looking at. I do like Apple the best of these. Pfizer will probably be my second choice. Uh, so knee has an inside weak. So this might be a good move to the upside. I wouldn't really look for it to take it to the downside just because we have all this buying down here. We do have a little gap here on the daily that could potentially get rejected. We'll definitely see. And we have to kind of clear this whole area as well. One thing to note is that the monthly is going to be trading inside bar until it breaks this high. So the weekly is pretty much going to be an earlier entry. Just be mindful because we do have selling pressure in this area. So I probably wouldn't go in full size, probably use like half size on this trade if I were to take it. The last thing, well, I should go over two more things. I'm not going to take this, just somebody in the Discord wanted me to go over it with them because they want to take it to the upside. This is Roku. So the 4 hour will definitely give you an earlier entry. Probably aim for like these highs over here. You have one strat target here, and then the other one over here. And then, the previous candle highs could be other targets if you want to use that, and so on and so forth. For this one, just be mindful if you do take it as she does, that it's going to be inside weak until we clear this high. So you may get some chop. So as always, when I am swing trading, I definitely want to have some time on my side. So the strike prices, I'll probably do a 73 just so I can be in the money by the time it hits my target, my first target. A 75 strike would be decent as well, since it's on the way there. I'll probably do at least a month out for these. If you want to be adventurous, you can consider the daily, but that's pretty much all I have there. This will be what my stop loss is if I were to take this. Again, the 4 hour gives you an earlier entry. The daily is a little higher to get you into the trade. Other than that, we got good old Tesla. Rest in peace, Rob Smith. Got a nice shooter on the weekly. So potentially be looking to retrace back to the downside. Let's hide this real quick. Interesting. I usually only trade Tesla Wednesday through Fridays. I don't really like swing trading it because the volatility and one little piece of news can kind of skyrocket against us. I might consider swinging this with shares. Have a target here at this 50 fib, this body, this wick, this gap fill, this BF. This level there. But realistically, probably look for this area to be hit. Cool. Stop loss, probably 50% of this weekly level. So a little, maybe the 61. Yeah, something like that. Have a target here, 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 and there. Oh, let's see what the week brings. Any questions, as always, let me know what you guys have in the comments. For those who are looking at this from the Discords, as always, if you guys do want me to add some tickers to the watch list, just let me know beforehand. If it's going to be like on the daily watch list that I post every day, let me know before at least like 5 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, since I usually get back on around 6 to do the watch list. If it's going to be a swing trade, let me know before 11 a.m. on Sunday because I get on at 11 to do this watch list. Other than that, as always, these are my ideas, not financial advice, all that good stuff. I will see you guys for the next one. Enjoy your Sunday.